Hello, and welcome. If you are over 50, or perhaps already in your 60s or 70s, you probably know that health becomes one of the main companions of life. Some days we feel strong, some days we feel weaker, and often we start to ask questions we never asked in our younger years. One of the most interesting questions is this: could my emotions, my thoughts, or even the stress I carry in silence be part of the reason for my illness? This is the central idea of psychosomatic medicine. The word comes from psyche, meaning mind, and soma, meaning body. It suggests that our inner world, our fears, our worries, our unresolved conflicts, can actually show themselves through the body, sometimes as tension, sometimes as chronic illness. Over the years, many respected authors and doctors have studied these connections. From Louise Hay, who wrote about the healing power of thought, to Franz Alexander, one of the pioneers of psychosomatic medicine, to Alexander Lowen, who studied how emotions live inside our muscles, all of them point toward one simple truth: the mind and body are not separate, they are always in dialogue. And today I want to focus on one illness that is very common in older adults, one that many of you either live with personally or know through friends and family: hypertension or high blood pressure. What is hypertension? Let's put it simply: your heart is a pump. With every beat it pushes blood through your arteries. If the pressure inside those arteries is too high, consistently, that is what we call hypertension. For some people, high blood pressure doesn't cause symptoms right away. That's why it's sometimes called a silent condition. But over time, it can strain the heart, damage the arteries, and increase the risk of stroke or kidney problems. In daily life, seniors with hypertension might feel tired, have headaches, or notice shortness of breath. Some may feel anxious about their health, constantly checking numbers on a blood pressure monitor. Others may not notice anything at all until a doctor brings it up during a routine visit. Now, modern medicine offers medications, lifestyle changes, and diets that are very important. But today, let's look at hypertension through another lens: the psychosomatic lens. Psychosomatic interpretations. Let's begin with Louise Hay, the author of You Can Heal Your Life. Louise believed that behind every illness there is a thought pattern. She described high blood pressure as being linked to long-standing emotional tension. In her view, hypertension reflects a person who holds on to stress, often for many years, without release. She suggested that unresolved issues from the past, old anger, or a constant feeling of pressure in life may all pressurize the blood. Her positive affirmation for hypertension was about releasing the past and choosing peace in the present moment. Lise Bourbeau, another well-known author of psychosomatic interpretations, wrote that hypertension often appears in people who push themselves too hard. She saw it as connected to a fear of not being enough or a need to perform and prove oneself. According to her, the heart and blood represent joy and life energy, so when pressure rises, it could mean a person is literally carrying too much weight emotionally. For seniors, this might connect to the idea of still trying to hold everything together for the family, or not allowing oneself to truly rest. Another early thinker, Smith Ailey Jelliff, a neurologist and psychiatrist, also explored these mind-body connections. He suggested that unresolved emotional conflict could affect the autonomic nervous system, the part of us that controls blood pressure and heart rate without our conscious effort. For him, hypertension wasn't just a physical malfunction, it was a signal that the nervous system was carrying a burden of unprocessed emotion. And then we have Wilhelm Reich, a controversial but influential thinker. Reich spoke about body armor, the way emotions are literally stored in muscular tension. When a person spends years holding in emotions, the body develops chronic tightness. This tension, he argued, affects not only muscles but also circulation and blood flow. In seniors, hypertension could be understood as decades of holding in, creating a body that is both defended and pressurized. Finally, Alexander Lowen, a student of Reich and founder of bioenergetics, emphasized how emotions live in the body. He often said that hypertension reflects a compressed way of living, not allowing oneself to breathe deeply, to feel fully, or to let emotions move freely. What's striking is that although each author used different language, they all point to similar themes: unreleased tension, suppressed emotion, unresolved conflict, and the feeling of pressure, either from within or from life itself. Luol Vilma, an Estonian physician and spiritual teacher, believed that many illnesses, including hypertension, are connected to suppressed anger. In her perspective, when we do not express our emotions, especially resentment or bitterness, they get stored in the body. The arteries tighten, the pressure rises, and the body remembers the anger we tried to forget. For older adults, this might mean decades of unspoken frustrations, things we kept inside for the sake of peace or family harmony. Going back further in history, Franz Alexander, a pioneer of psychosomatic medicine in the United States, studied hypertension as part of what he called the Holy Seven psychosomatic illnesses. He believed it was connected to the constant activation of the body's stress response. In his view, people who often feel under threat, even if only psychologically, live in a state where their nervous system keeps the pressure high, as if they were always preparing for danger. Comparing psychosomatic views. Looking across these interpretations, we see both common threads and subtle differences. Common threads. Almost every author emphasizes stress, tension, and suppressed emotion. Whether Louise Hay speaks of old anger, Lise Bourbeau of overwork and fear of inadequacy, or Lula Vilma of unexpressed resentment, the message is similar. When emotions are trapped inside, the body responds physically. Franz Alexander and Smith Ailey Jelliff add a more medical lens, explaining how the nervous system reacts to ongoing psychological stress. Reich and Lowen bring in the body itself, showing that muscular tension, posture, and breathing are all connected to blood pressure. Subtle differences. Some authors focus more on fear and worry, like Bourbeau. Others emphasize anger or resentment, like Vilma. Louise Hay combines both, offering a spiritual approach. Past trauma and self-criticism affect the body, but conscious affirmation and love can reverse it. Reich and Lowen give a more physical, experiential perspective, encouraging seniors to notice how tension lives in the body and to release it safely. The key insight is this. Hypertension is not just a number on a monitor. It can also be a message from the body, a gentle alarm signaling, pay attention to how you are living, thinking, and feeling. Practical takeaways for seniors. So, how can this awareness help you in your daily life? Here are some simple, gentle ways to work with psychosomatic causes. Notice your thoughts and feelings. Take a few minutes each day to ask yourself, am I carrying stress? Am I holding in anger or worry? Even silently acknowledging it can reduce the pressure. Breathe fully. Many authors, including Lowen, emphasize deep, conscious breathing. Try slow inhalations through the nose, hold for a moment, and exhale fully through the mouth. Breathing like this signals the body that it is safe, reducing sympathetic nervous system activation. Gentle movement or stretching, light yoga, tai chi, or even daily walks help release muscular tension, improve circulation, and lower blood pressure naturally. Reich and Lowen would say that movement allows emotions to flow, easing both body and mind. Reflect on unresolved emotions. Journaling can help. Write about past conflicts, disappointments, or fears. Ask yourself, is it time to forgive, let go, or speak up? Even acknowledging these feelings internally can have a calming effect on the body. Positive affirmations. Inspired by Louise Hay, simple statements can help reframe your thoughts. I release the past. I allow peace into my life. I am safe. I trust my body to heal. Seek support. Talking with friends, family, or a counselor can relieve emotional burdens. Sharing concerns prevents the mind from bottling them up, which in turn helps the body. Ending thoughts. Remember, hypertension is common, and it's understandable to feel worried about it, but seeing it through a psychosomatic lens gives you more control and hope. It shows that your body is not just a passive machine, it's actively communicating with you. By paying attention to your inner world, by noticing emotions, releasing tension, and practicing small daily habits of awareness and care, you are already taking steps toward healing and well-being. You don't need to change everything at once. Even small shifts, a few deep breaths, acknowledging a suppressed emotion, or repeating a gentle affirmation can gradually lower stress, ease the pressure on your heart, and improve your overall quality of life. The wisdom of psychosomatic medicine is simple but profound. Listen to your body, honor your feelings, and allow yourself to live with peace and ease. Your journey toward healthier blood pressure, calmer days, and a more joyful heart can start today, with awareness, compassion, and gentle practice. Thank you for taking the time to care for yourself. Remember, the body and mind are partners in your life. When you nurture both, healing is possible at any age.